Hello Geeks and Gamers, Matt Lemke here with your Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and today we have another flip through for you, but before we get going on the flip through, I want to let you know that I have an extra copy of Undead Unleashed and an extra copy of Advanced Class Origins, and I'm going to run two giveaways. They're both going to be for subscriptions / likes. One will be on Facebook and one will be on YouTube, and the right here-ish somewhere or here-ish somewhere. There's going to be little links for you to pop them open and watch them and follow the instructions. And if you live in the continental United States, you will get your copy, if you're the winner, absolutely free. If you live outside the continental United States, you're going to have to pay shipping. So, without wasting any more time, we're going to move right into the book. This book is about haunts, and for those of you that aren't familiar with haunts, basically they're kind of like an area that has a necromantic effect, and you can read the complete rules on 242 of the Pathfinder RPG Masteries Guide. But this book is just full of great story content that ties into a great one-shot adventure. For example, this dragon that is dead and is, I'm guessing, a demi-lich from the story, is the story of a dragon alchemist that was attempting to live longer lives and gave up on his quest to do so and made a pact with a demon, and this is the end result. To give you an idea on the size of the adventures, this is the map for his haunt, and you know, all of these stories basically have the same type of thing. Very few, there's not a lot of new magical items in the book. There's not a lot of new spells or things like that in the book. Each one of these is basically an adventure. So if you like playing undead things, this would be a great book for you to have. Rick's brand is this undead guy's sword. It's basically a dragonbane sword that does possibly it does an extra 20 points of damage to the dragon that it hits on a critical. You move through here. This guy's got a great story. Basically, he is hunting down his enemies after he has died, and he's trying to get rid of them all. And again, I don't want to spoil these things for you, so I'm not going to tell you too much about the different things, but they've created some great characters. I almost wish they could be NPCs that you could play. I actually kind of think that I'm torn between Aram Hel's or the Dragon Lich's story as to which ones are my favorite. They have Golaria, this guy who's attempting to pull things in and just kind of control, what every undead does without giving you too much information. Then we've got a female Lich Diviner. I thought that was kind of an interesting combination, a Lich Diviner. I think there could be some very scary things that happen there. Then you have Mirik the Drowned. Wasn't my favorite story, but we can move right along here through into one of my other favorites, one of my better stories that I liked more. We have Ordella Wilren here, female middle-aged ghost cleric of Desna. I thought that in and of itself was pretty neat. She's a chaotic good ghost. Pretty cool. We have this vampire, which is kind of a cool story because this vampire, they kind of give a personality trait where this vampire is easily taunted and doesn't seem to learn from his mistakes. So I thought that was interesting. He's got a good story background as well. And then we can move right along. This one is outdoors. Oh, and then you have the Devourer. This guy is pretty cool. He's a unique Devourer Oracle, and his goal is to bring the forces of Shadow, the Shadow Plane, and the Energy Plane to Golaria. So I'm actually playing in a campaign where something like this is happening that's very similar, so I found this guy to be very, very cool. Here's his haunts, plural. And then the only other one that I really kind of wanted to talk about is Seldig here. He's an anti-paladin, and basically he still walks around and kind of carries out his anti-paladin duties. And he considers fellow fallen knights of Ozem to be his allies, but he avoids them because they don't necessarily consider him to be his ally or their allies. And there's a picture of his haunt. And again, I'm trying real hard not to, not to ruin things for you. But there is a new feat in the book, which is on page 59. And basically, it's Mark of the Devoted. And basically, at first level, if you're a human Mwangi of the Mwangi ethnicity, volcano worshipper, you must personally create a token worth at least 50 gold pieces prior to an 8-hour branding ritual, during which you survive. You take 2d6 points of fire damage, but once you complete it, you gain +2 fire resistance and a +1 morale bonus on will saves. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then the White Mother of Iskar. There is more to her than meets the eye from the story they have. There's a lot of allusions, in my opinion, in it that tell you, as a GM, how you can use her story as the whole offshooting for a campaign that is dealing with high-level undead. And there you have it. That is the flip through on the Undead Unleashed. And what do I think of this book? I think this book is absolutely phenomenal. I read it from cover to cover, and every time I was introduced to a character, I was like, oh man, I can apply this in so many different ways as a tool, as a GM. But not only that, it got me thinking in other ways on how I could do things for myself and differently. It just created a lot. There was a lot of creativity in this book. If you don't like undead and you don't use the undead, it might not be for you. But if you're creative and you're getting things off and running, this is a great book. It at least for me, it just one idea after another. I have so many ideas after reading this little book. It's not funny. Thanks for watching. This has been Matt Lemke with Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to us, share the video with your friends, like it so you know the whole YouTube analytic things is doing what it's supposed to be doing, and leave comments. Again, this is a lot more adventure type than I thought it was going to be, so I tried real hard not to spoil it for you and only give you enough juice to make you thirstier. Have a good day.